off. Mute on. nobody would pick up on it. If I was a coach, I would have said, do not jump that side. Stay, trail back. Stay high.
Mute off.
Well, here we go for another exciting year in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League. 2025 is here. The Mountain View Mavericks are here. The Rockyview Silvertips are here. Fairbank Booster is here. So is Dawson Naylor. It's time for another lacrosse season. Dawson, should be exciting times for the Mountain View Mavericks, who are coming off so much success in 2024. Of course, so many accolades that we talked about just a couple of minutes ago here. Getting ready for another season lacrosse, but looking back to 2024, what a magical season it was. And we're happy to be alongside for another good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Ended on a high there at the end, going all the way Founders, and back again. We start right back over.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great season, of course. Let's talk about it a little bit with the Central Division playoffs. Look, we got to look at the camera here, Dawson. We're a little rusty here to start off the season, but of course it started out in the playoffs. They got themselves their first ever franchise playoff victory against the Calgary Chill. Moved on to take on these very same Silvertips that we'll see tonight here in Innisfil. But again, let's talk about that playoff series against the Chill. First one in franchise history. How can the Mavs build off that this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Good to get the first one under the belt. That's experience, and we only had a few guys leave, so I mean, a lot of experience for these young guys coming up, and you just carry it on going forward, and hopefully we'll get back there this year.
And a lot of the key pieces from last year's team are coming back. Of course, we might not necessarily see them tonight or this weekend because of some college commitments still, but it looks like most of the offense is back, including someone like Hayden Sutherland, which is very exciting. Who else are you keying in on this year to watch lead the way for the Mavs?
I better check my sheet here. Riley Lodemeyer on the back end. I mean, he's a veteran. He's going to lead this squad, and he's here tonight. So hopefully he brings these young guys in the first game they get the rust off right away and continue on.
Absolutely. He's going to be wearing the C this year for the Mountain View Mavericks. Very exciting. Of course, Brendan Harnuck is another guy who's going to be in a leadership role this year. He was very exciting all of last year in the transition. And, of course, there's some very exciting players on this Mountain View Mavericks roster looking to build on that great success that we saw last year. We're about 4 minutes away from from tip-off here, which should be a great season. The Rockyview Silvertips, the opponent tonight. They're already 2-0 to start this 2025 season with wins against the Calgary Chill and the Mounties as well. What do you expect of the Silvertips? Always tough competition.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those rival games, Central Division games, and they bring in a good squad. They got the head start on the 2 games, so that's a little unfortunate. And I mean, with guys at school commitments, we don't have the full team. Maybe they don't have the full team, but regardless, it's going to be the best of the best here.
And of course, for the Mavericks, they're bringing back what looks like their full gauntlet of staff, including Trey Christensen, of course, back behind the bench. I believe this is full year number 3 now for Trey, and you played for Trey as well, Dawson. What kind of coach is he?
He's an energy guy. He's never down. He's always bringing every guy up, and he never takes it into an angry situation. He's always light-footed or light-headed, however you want to say it, and he's calm, cool, collected. So he leads the charge, and he's got his younger brothers with him. So good group of coaches.
Absolutely, and they had great success last year, like we mentioned, and they're looking to build off that. Are the Mountain View Mavericks, who will be soon led by their goaltender and Alex Swan, who was a big part of the success last year. There's no doubt about that. The Rookie of the Year, some would say the MVP last year, I would say, for the Mountain View Mavericks. And Swan once again is back this year. What makes Alex Swan such a great goaltender?
I think his instinct. He's always he's got that big character in him. So I mean, that helps for sure. But his instinct, you gotta read where the ball's going to be and where it's going to end up, and he does a great job. And then on top of that, he plays that offensive role where he gets it down the floor so quick, and that transition game is just flawless by him.
Now, we saw so many goals created off that transition game, which started with the goaltender and Alex Swan, and that's exactly why the Mavericks used a first-round draft pick on Swan back in 2024. As we await things to get started, the officials have hit the floor here in Innisfil. A wonderful season ahead here at the Innisfil Twin Arenas. Once again, we had a good first fully successful year here last year with our broadcast booth set up. We're ready to go this year, and a new sound system here in Innisfil as well, so Mavericks fans can come on down and enjoy that. Mark Payne will be behind the PA voice, of course, and we'll be rocking the tunes as the Mountain View Mavericks make their way out onto the floor to kick off the 2025 RMLL season. Lots of expectations this year. Last year, heading into things, we were cautiously optimistic, I would say, Dawson, about what we're going to get. And, of course, I would say that expectations were blown out of the water. What are realistic expectations this year for the Mavs?
Oh, I've always said if you're playing with a guy like Luke Hildebrandt, you got a chance in every game. Unfortunately, he's aged out like myself, so I don't know who we're going to have to turn to bring some superstar power. But I got high expectations. This group of guys should do good, and hopefully start it off hot with 1 game, 1 win.
Absolutely, and you mentioned it there, but Luke Hildebrandt, big shoes to fill, of course. He ages out and was a big part of the offense, I would say, generating at least 75% of all offense for the Mavericks last year, and that is going to be big shoes to fill, no doubt about that. That'll be an ongoing conversation throughout the season here. We'll try to see who steps up into that role, but no doubt that someone will have to try to do so as the Silvertips make their way out, as you can hear with the Darth Vader music, very apt, I would say, as we'll get set for the national anthem here as the Mavericks have all but taken their helmets off, and we'll get set for things. The referees coming over to shake hands as well. And we thank you all for being alongside with us here on the Mavericks YouTube channel. We'll have all the home dates, of course, and bring you all the exciting action. Here's the national anthem, back of the tip. And here we go on another exciting season of Mountain View Mavericks lacrosse. It's Baron Van Gluster alongside Dawson Naylor for what should be a good one to kick off the 2025 season. It's the Rockyview Silvertips in Innisfil to take on Mountain View. The Tips are in their away whites with burgundy. Meanwhile, the Mavericks on your right side in their home blacks with yellow trim. Dawson, should be a great one. How do you set the tone for game number one?
Started off in the first period. You got to get the first 5 minutes down, even maybe the first 2 minutes. Got to be a great start, and then carry it on to the halfway point and just finish out strong. You can relapse maybe 1 minute in the game, but other than that, you got to start strong and finish strong.
As the referee gives the timekeepers the nod, we'll await to see who takes our opening face-off here. Of course, usually one of our physical players will be able to step in the dot here. Ryder Istis did a great job at this last year.
Yep. Small but mighty Liam Steele takes the face-off.
Steele, another one of those guys who we saw take some face-offs last year. He'll take the opening face-off for the 2025 RMLL season. The Mavericks getting things underway. Here we go. They'll have a offensive possession, but quickly thwarted as here come the Silvertips. They've got the first rush, but quickly scooped away here by the Mavs. This is Lodemeyer who comes away with it. The captain hauling the ball over center. Will dish off. Here comes the offense now. Devin Gardner, returning player, goes to the right-hand side. Drags the ball, taking a couple of hits. Gardner shakes off, but loses the ball, and away come the Silvertips. Back the other way. Here's a rush up for Sharp. Now it's Newhook with a chance, and a good stop by Swan. Outlet pass here as the Mavs will head over it. Right inside, there's Jordy Benko back with the Mavs. Quickly scooped up here by the Tips. McDonough's pass in the back, but it's quickly gobbled up here. I believe this is Newhook into the offensive zone. Silvertips with Newhook will cough it up. Race for it at center. Collision, but picked up here by the Tips, but I believe that was over half.
Well, I think it was a loose ball push. I believe that ref called it towards the Mavs.
There you go. Either way, it is a Mavs ball, and the way they come with it. Offense out there. This is Gardner. I mentioned off the top of the broadcast, but a lot of the key pieces on the offense are missing, right? Dawson out in college or away.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you get to let off.
Here on the Mavs, something happened there. Talk us through it here.
Just a moving pick. You can't extend and send a guy flying, so quick, easy call.
Couple of intricacies of lacrosse here as we get going on the right-hand side. Fired on, tricky save by Swan, but he does find a way to find that one. Trey Montgomery with a good look there for the Tips. Here come the Mavs, right-hand side. Offense getting out there. Quick change here, a little bit of room to work. Victoria, his first of the season in Mavericks. They're up one.
Holding the jersey to a high level. Getting the first one, that's always what you need in a game like this.
To be honest, I'm somewhat surprised to watch a 77 out there. I thought that one was going to be hanging in the banners.
Same here. Nonetheless, I wanted to say a few little rusty passes off the get-go, but the Tips have played 2 games, so I don't know how much rust is left. But
well, certainly a couple of turnovers on both sides, and the Mavericks are more opportunistic. They have the 1-0 lead. First goal of the year for Jace Victoria, first in a Mavericks uniform. As Liam Steele will dig in once again for Mountain View, but just seems like things are not exactly level here in Innisfil.
Got caught cheating, I think.
Now the ball will be picked up here by the Tips. Big collision there against the wall. Both players getting up. Lodemeyer taken out his man. Meanwhile, the Tips chasing after it in the offensive zone. Here come the Mavericks, though. Right-hand side. Nice outlet pass. This is Riley Benko. Will dish off for Gardner. Now back to Benko. Across it goes. This is Gooder-Zimmer. Gardner now down low. A little bit of rough stuff here. Shaking that off. And now a shot off from a high area. This blocked by the Tips. Comes back out. Long shot by Gardner. That one's wide. And now the Tips will take full possession. Away they come here with Ferguson. They'll dish off. Schroeder takes over. Schroeder scored a handful of goals against the Mavericks last year. We're in the C this year for the Tips as well. He's got it again. Here comes Schroeder into the middle. Fires one on, and again a good save by Swan. Loose ball, and that is to be whistled down. Mavericks possession. Good early stuff from Swan here, Dawson.
Yeah, absolutely. He stood tall and the whole thing. Makes a few key saves off the start.
And away come the Mavericks once again into the offensive zone. A little bit of room to work here, taken down, but still the Mavericks in possession now. Room for Pinchon. Takes a couple of whacks, moves the ball across. Now an opportunity for Steele, whose shot is blocked. Takes an extra shot while he was down, and that's going to draw a call.
Yeah, you can't hit a player on the ground.
Well, looks like a pretty textbook call.
Pretty simple. I could see it from up here.
And the Mavericks are going to head to the power play as a result. An opportunity to build on a 1-0 lead.
Guilty party. Trey Myers, old Maverick, traded in the offseason here. He gets a bang on his old buddy Steele there.
Sure, there's some pleasantries exchanged there.
Yeah, some kind words, I'm sure.
Well, power play coming up here for the Mavericks, as it's going to be Riley Benko who grabs it at half. We've played just over 3.5 minutes here in Innisfil. Here they come in the offensive zone, working the perimeter. Benko has got it again. Down on the right-hand side, I believe that's Gardner. Back to Benko now. Now setting up at the top of things. Opportunity here for Bosworth. Down low, left-hand side, centering pass. This is Benko down low. Looking for Victoria again. Now Victoria is swallowed up. Quick pass to Benko, who fires it home and scores.
Yeah, he's holding strong. That 77. He gets that loose ball, dishes out front to a cutting Benko. It was a broken play, but made it look perfect. And they're giving Trey Myers a little high five on the way by as they thank him for that one.
Old teammate helped him out on that one. 2-0 Mavericks here. They've got themselves a hot start on the home floor.
No doubt about it. They just got to keep up and hold steady and hold out.
The Silvertips, they were provincial hosts last year. They were tied in points with the Mountain View Mavericks with 29 to close out the regular season. Both teams had 14 wins. The Silvertips got the #1 seed thanks to the tiebreaker. That pushed the Mavericks down to the #2, of course. Had to battle the chill in that playoff series. These teams did, of course, meet in the Central Division Final, where the Silvertips did defeat the Mavericks. Here come the Mavericks looking to have a little payback from last year. Good opportunity here for Gooder Zimmer. He's got his first handle on it. Will dish off to Gardner. Gardner now into the corner. A little bit of a swing here. Victoria now with it. He scored the opener for the Mavericks. He's still got it. Wines fires. That one is denied by McDonough. Rebound picked up by the Tips. They'll come away with it. Efforting to get over half. They're now over and will start the offensive possession, but quickly turned over, and the Mavericks opportunistic. Here they come, Remy Pinchon. It looks like he's drawn another call. Pinchon to the net. Backdoor pass. This one is slowed down here. The Mavericks want to try to eat some time up. Out it comes. This is Benko. Steele, rather. Pinchon. He's got it again. Pinchon. Cross feed. Now into the middle. Steele dishes off. Wines fires. Bosworth puts it wide. And that one will do it for the shot clock. Whistle sounds. Call coming up in another power play for the Mavericks.
I believe it was a slashing call, but I can't guarantee it. Cross check. Didn't see it. I thought it was on Remy Pinchon in the transition chase there. Turns out it wasn't.
So the power play already 1 for 1, looking to go 2 for 2.
Yeah, and hopefully there's no announcer jinx in that one.
Yeah, hopefully not. We'll see, I guess. Here comes Riley Benko. He'll start possession. It's into the left-hand corner now. Back up top, there's Benko. Right-hand side now, Benko's got it again. No shot opportunity for him, but a tough pass. That's gobbled up here by the Mavericks. Down to 15 seconds on the shot clock. Benko hurries his shot, and that's wide. And that's over the line. And that's going to draw a whistle. So the Tips will have it in the offensive zone. They'll take their time getting there.
Look to reg some of that clock off.
Logan Newhook picks it up, and the clock will start ticking. Newhook dishes off. Shabak has it now. Shabak, leading scorer so far in the RMLL. 4 goals. He's got it into the middle. Fires a softie on. Swan has no problems with that. Now a quick opportunity in transition. Nice pass by Swan. Away come the Mavericks. 2-on-1, and the pass is just too hot to handle. Slips aside. That one intended.
Kai Class, we talked about that earlier. That Swan gets that ball. He's a weapon on the transition. Yeah, Kai Class.
And here are the tips in the offensive zone. Still 50 seconds of Mavericks power play to deal with here, but they've got full possession with Andrew Murray. Schroeder, I beg your pardon, has it. Schroeder loses it now. Here comes the Mavericks. They've got possession, about half a minute to work with now as Victoria takes over. Into the right-hand side, rest of the offense comes on. Here's Remy Pinchot. Dishes off. Left-hand side now, comes back out. Opportunity here for Bosomworth. He's got it now into the left-hand corner. Fired on! That was a sharp-looking shot. But Benko just put that one wide. Picked up here by Gardner. They've got a fresh shot clock here. Remy Pinchot. Back to even strength as well. Power play falls for 1 for 2. Mavericks still have it with about 20 seconds on the shot clock. Here is Victoria. Shakes off the check, then fires one on. Put that one. No, I believe the goaltender got a piece of that one, so McDonough credited with a save, and the Mavericks will get a new shot clock. Left-hand side, up top it comes. Gardner dishes off to the right. And looks like Victoria let that one slide. Comes right to McDonough, and now the Silvertips have it. Away they come. Here comes Rockyview. Left-hand side looking to get the offense started. They have not had a lot of offensive possession. Here come the Tips. Into the center. They fire one on. Good save by Swan. He swallows up the rebound as well. Swan looking for a quick outlet pass. Puts one into the rafters here at the Innisfil Twin Arena, which is easy to do. And that'll result in a Tips possession in the offensive zone. Mavericks on their heels here. Defense forced to come over the boards. Good look here for Newhook, who slides in towards the area, and Swan will deny it. 12 minutes to go here in the first. The Mavericks, they're up 2. Over the offensive line they come. And this is Gardner now. Left-hand side, that's Steele who dishes into the corner. Opportunity here coming out of that. Good little shimmy shake move here by Kai Class. Now away comes the Mavericks with Gardner. A long shot on. That one is well wide. Rebound comes all the way back out, and Gardner has to swat it back into the offensive zone. Mavs can't get possession though. And meanwhile, here come the Silvertips on the left-hand side. Mason Schroeder's got it now. Schroeder. And still hangs on to it, does the Silvertips captain. Eventually will dish off. Now the offense gets started. A little bit of movement there by Riley Lodemeyer. Picked up though by Schroeder in the offensive zone. Silvertips still got it. Backhand pass, a little bit of a fancy one. Picked up here. Brendan Harnick's away to the races. Harnick in a breakaway. Fires one and just missed. Both coming up.
Penalty shot is what I would call it, but that's not a thing, I don't think. So 2 minutes for tripping as Brendan Harnick puts in an excellent effort cutting off that pass and going to the race.
Harnick with an excellent hustle up the floor. Did a great job of causing the turnover and then causing a scoring opportunity.
Little unsettlement there on the second power play as we get the third one here. I'd like to see a little bit, I like the clean passes, but a little calm down there. We don't need to jitter around, but hopefully we can go 2 for 3, man.
Shots are 6 apiece here as we get going on this third Mavericks power play of the evening already. 1 for 2 to kick things off. Good movement here to start off this power play. Wicked ball movement all across the perimeter. Firing one on there was Kai Class, and that one is denied. I believe the Silvertips player might have got a piece of that one as well.
Trey Myers, the guilty party, once again, 2 minutes for holding.
So it's a 5-on-3 incoming, as I didn't see that one, that's for sure, but Trey Myers certainly is heading off.
He's smiling too, he knows he did the dirty deed and got called for it, but nonetheless, we're getting a great look at the Mavericks offense here early.
2 minors now for Myers inside 10 minutes as well. I know the coaching staff probably won't be happy with that one.
I wouldn't be.
Lots of room out there for the Mavericks on this 5-on-3 power play. Extended time as well. They'll have about 80 seconds to work with yet. Steele works it to the outside. That's a tough pass though, and now it's gobbled up by McDonough. Tips looking to take off some time here. McDonough with a dangerous pass through the middle, but that one is picked up now and taken over the line and back.
8-second clock violation. You gotta get across.
That's right. So instead of going forward, the Tips player actually ended up making a bit of a moon back into his own zone, and that costs him. And the Tips, the Mavericks will take over. And they'll methodically start this power play, the 5-on-3. That is a shot from Jace Victoria that comes off, I believe, a helmet of a Tips player. Now fired on. That one's off the post. Kai Klaas. Excellent look there. Picked up here by the Silvertips. They're up the floor, right-hand side. A break here as they get into the offensive zone with Hudson James. Reagan this power play off on a 5-on-3 situation. As they pick up the ball, now it's the Mavericks with an opportunity back the other way. Victoria's got it here. Victoria dishes off, fired on. Good shot on by the Mavs, and that was denied by McDonough. McDonough, another errant pass through the middle. Here come the Mavericks back to the offensive zone. Down to a 5-on-4 now for the last 20 seconds. Power play started with a bang at 1-for-1. Has since seen a couple of opportunities go, but still about 10 seconds to work with here. Fired on by Victoria, who scores his second of the game, and that's a power play goal. 3-0 Mavericks.
Would you call that 2-for-4 as it was a 5-on-3? Yeah, so yeah.
Well, the one expired already, but yeah.
2-for-4 there. That's 50%, and Jace Victoria adds another one. That jersey just might be in the rafters after this year.
Well, I don't know if you can put it in the rafters with the way it's contributing. That's quite the output from the number 77. 2 goals here for Jace Victoria, who gets his Mountain View Mavericks career started area. I believe down there first row as well is a Mavericks legend in Marshall Bloomfield. I believe he's in the building tonight. Great to see those former players come back and support the team.
Absolutely. You got to bring it back to where it started and show some support.
There we go. The Mavericks looking to get things restarted, up 3-0 here with about 8.5 to go in the first period. It's been a great home opener so far. And as you can tell, a rocking environment as well. Mavs will get that face-off one. Comes all the way back to Swan. Might have a violation there.
I think they're calling that over and back, as Steele was technically on that side. But I don't believe he had possession of it on that side.
I don't think the ball moved either, but I'm sorry. We'll get going here. The Silvertips with possession. I mentioned it briefly there, but they haven't had a whole lot of full offensive zone possession. Big shot coming off here. That one's well wide of the target, but we've got a whistle. Looks like the Mavs are going to go shorthanded.
My sheet says Ryder Bowman. Unfortunately, I know that's not Ryder Bowman, but that's 2 minutes for high stick. Just got a little up high there on the offensive guy, and one of the 3 refs seen it, so it's unfortunate.
The Silvertips with an opportunity to get back in this ball game. They're down 3-0 here on the road. They've been, I would say, outplayed here throughout the opening 12 minutes. They're looking to get some life back into this contest.
The shots say a different story, but we haven't seen much of the Silvertips offense yet, so hopefully this shows some light to what they can do.
We'll get an extended look, no doubt. Here comes the power play. The Silvertips do have possession as well as they'll work the perimeter. It's Montgomery. He dishes off to the left-hand side. Now it's back with Nolan Sharp. Back to Montgomery. Montgomery looks off Shabak. Goes back to Sharp, who fires on. That one's denied by Swan. Fresh shot clock here. Schroeder picks up. Centering pass. That was a dangerous one into the center area, and now it's a real battle for it as using that big twig is Alex Swan, and he'll stop that offensive prowl. Mavericks get it over half with Brendan Harnick. 40 seconds elapsed on this Silvertips power play. Harnick takes it into the offensive zone. 15 seconds on the Mavericks shot clock as he gets hauled down. A couple of players down in the corner. No one too worse for it. Sorry, Darcy.
Just a moving pick there. I don't like to see that. You're ragging the time. Let them get in that corner and get stuck. That's the best scenario.
Tips take over. This is Newhook now. Newhook will dish to Montgomery. Montgomery directs traffic here. He's looking for a change. Shabak has it. Now he dishes off. Newhook. Cross feed. Back to Newhook, who fires on. Nice save by Swan. Had to battle to stop that one, but does keep it out. There come the Tips now with Devin Gardner. 30 seconds on this power play. Pardon me, this is the Mavericks, of course, in the offensive zone. Gardner looking to swing through a couple of checks here. A real battle here for Devin Gardner. Still has it. Now bobbles it, but fighting to get back there. Almost did get it back, but now the Silvertips will take it. Good work by Gardner to kill off a good 20 seconds there. Offensive rush, and that's denied by Alex Swan. Good look up the court there for Adams. Nice kill there by the Mavericks as well. Here come the Mavericks into the offensive zone. This is Gooder Zimmer. Gooder Zimmer dishes off. Right-hand side. Riley Benko looks to fight through a couple of checks there. Not going to get that call. A good hard-nosed play. Here come the Rockyview over the half into the offensive zone. Another call coming up here. Mavericks are going to be shorthanded again. Offense getting out there as Nate Shabak carries deeper. Will dish off Montgomery. Nice move. Fires one on, and Swan with a great save once again.
Yeah, he stood tall all night long. He had a couple dangerous chances there on that PK, but stands tall.
That's another call coming up here. Slashing call this time, Dawson.
Riley Benko on the transition there. He caught that player, already made a pass, and he must have got hit pretty hard and said, you know, I got to give you one back, and got caught for it. So, unfortunate.
Offense did get a couple of looks there on that power play. They'll take over once more, will the Silvertips. Their second opportunity on the man advantage. This is Newhook, who dishes off to Schroeder. Now into the corner. Schroeder again. Newhook. Newhook fights off a check, dishes off. Montgomery into Schroeder, who fires a low one on, and Swan once again denies. Silvertips stay in possession though. This is Montgomery. Back over to Newhook. Newhook winds, fires. Great save, Swan. Rebound is loose, and that's gobbled up by the Tips, but we've got an infraction. What happened there?
Loose ball push there on the Silvertips. Nobody had possession either, so.
Opportunity here for the Mavericks, who pushed their way forward. That was a good grind by Kai Klaas.
Bowman, I believe.
Bowman, we're going to have to figure out this roster.
No, you were correct there, I believe.
We'll get full confirmation as we move throughout the RML season, of course. Here come the Mavericks. Up the court they come. Another possession stripped away there from Rockyview. A delayed call as well as the goaltender is out. Extra attacker does come on for the Mavericks, who will head to their power play. We'll look to take advantage of a little bit of a man advantage right now, though. There's Jace Victoria, dishes off. Pinchard will try his luck, and that one's denied. Pinchard gets the rebound, however. New shot clock, so plenty more time to work with. Pinchard to the corner now for Victoria. Victoria will hold on. Nice dish. Mavs working the right-hand side. Bench telling him to use as much time as he can, but a sloppy pass there, stealing the real battle, and now eventually the Tips will get a touch, they will get possession, and they will get the whistle as well.
Yeah, it was looking perfect until that errant pass, dragging out your own penalty kill onto a power play. I believe it's still 4-on-4. Should be anyways.
It will be.
That's 2 minutes for a slash, I believe, as that's our leading goal scorer being the guilty party for the Silvertips.
Shabak is off into the box. 3:50 to go here. We'll play 4-on-4 for about 20 more clicks. I think the Mavericks are just going to wait things out, wait for that power play. Here's Devin Gardner in a real battle. Dishes off to Victoria. Victoria now over to Gardner. Hold the... And another tough pass there for the Mavericks as well. That one getting away. And they'll have to restart things here as the Tips will get possession.
Sorry, Ryder Bowman.
Oh, Ryder Bowman, okay.
Says 25 on our sheet, but
he's a returning player as well, if I'm not mistaken. So just in a new uniform. Here come the Mavericks. They do have possession with Riley Benko. It's a steal. Liam Steele back to Benko. Steele now. Steele winds, fires, and that one's blocked before it got to the target. Battle for it along the boards, but the shot clock does sound. And this is going to be picked up here by Rockyview. Over the line they come. That's a really grind to do so, but they do get it over. Now the attack will start here with Logan Newhook. Newhook swims away from a couple of checks. Now fires a low one on. I think Swan might have got a piece of that. Shot clock does restart, so indeed he did, as it's Ty Montgomery. Montgomery will carry it right-hand side. He's watched carefully by Riley Lodemeyer, who pushes him up against the wall. Lodemeyer in a battle here. Montgomery gets through. Had a wide lane towards the net, and that one was just put wide. Now a chance for Newhook, who also swings one wide. And that one narrowly missed the coach there in the Mavericks bench.
Yeah, I think they got lucky there. That was some sloppy defense. You had to enclose on them, and nobody did so. So hopefully we see a change up there.
Mavs will take over offensively. They lead 3-0 in this contest. Down 11-12 though on the shot clock. They do have it in the offensive zone. This is Gardner looking to swim away from a check. Another sloppy pass there, and now that's a couple of possessions in a row, Dawson, where things have gotten slowed down.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just not a rhythm game as the moment. It's back and forth. I call it pond hockey. We're just going end to end, and that's exactly what it looks like.
Isaac Nickel, he's got it. Now out to Shabak for the Silvertips. He'll dish out. This is Newhook. Now an opportunity. Fired on. A good save there. As that's a nice shot on by the Silvertips. Drake May's got it down low. He'll roll one forward. A nifty looking pass, but the Mavericks are away and out of the zone. Riley Benko as we enter the last minute here in the first. Away comes Jordy Benko. The Benko brothers out there together. Jordy takes to the top of the arc. He'll dish off. Riley trying to settle things down. Riley's pass a little too hot to handle as well. Some sloppy play here from the Mavericks. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They'll fire one on, but a delayed call coming up. What do we got going on here, Dawson?
I think it's just a little tie-up. I don't know if two guys are going. That's Gooder Zimmer, and I don't have a Silvertip sheet, but 2 minutes for roughing, I believe, is Tevin grabbed a hold maybe and drug him into the house, but both guys fell. 2 minutes for roughing.
Well, it wouldn't matter if you had the Silvertip sheet or not, because number 23 is not on our roster tonight, so.
I believe 2 for cross-check on the Silvertips and 2 minutes for roughing on the Mavericks. It will be Mavericks ball, I believe.
So are we going to play some 4-on-4 ball?
4-on-4 ball for 36.3 left in this period.
What's the rationale there, Dawson? Tell us why would you do that instead of going 5-on-5?
I really don't know. I think it's because they're 2 different penalties. That would be my guess here. If it was 2 roughing, maybe 5-on-5, but I believe one was cross-check for the tips and one was roughing, so not the same penalty, just 4-on-4.
Oh, a little bit of extra room out there. Now 35 seconds, a full possession for the Mavericks to work with to close out this first. We'll see what happens. This is Baumung. Baumung takes it, left-hand side, winds, fires, and that's denied by McDonough. Rebound comes out. Mavs will have one more opportunity here with the fresh shot clock, but that's quickly thwarted as we've got a call coming up. And we've got a player down in the left-hand corner. Tough angle for us here in the broadcast booth.
It looks like Bowman catches the backside of Myers, and he apologizes after, and good teammates will. It's an unfortunate call for Bowman.
What is the call here? Is it going to be 2? Oh.
5 minutes elbowing. I did not know that was a call. I knew it was in MMA or fighting or something, but
we're learning things today.
Haven't seen that before. That's a major in my eyes. I don't know how many of those you can take. He's already got one and a minor penalty, so
I can't say I've seen that call yet in my brief time here in the RMLL. But nonetheless, the Mavericks with a little bit of work to do here. They'll close out the period here on a 5-on-3 kill. Pardon me, 4-on-3, of course. That's a sharp angle shot from Newhook, who takes a shot there. Swan makes the save, picked up by the Mavericks. They'll get it down the floor. The buzzer will sound. And a thrilling first period comes to a close. The Mavericks are up 3-0, but we'll start the second period on a 4-on-3 kill, and then it's going to, in all likelihood, be an extended 5-on-4 kill as well. We are going to send it for a quick intermission break. We'll try to roll a couple of our sponsors out, and when we come back, it'll be time to roll for the second intermission. We'll just give you a quick shout out of a couple of them quickly. Of course, we want to thank everyone who does help make this happen for us, including
Triple Point Chemical Corporation, TNT Customs, Hydro Testers, a new one, Thomas Group Incorporation, another new one is Marler, and TX2 Recycling. A couple new ones from me.
We also, of course, want to thank Platinum Fitness, Ing and McKee Insurance, also Carry Flaws Real Estate, C&B Electric, and Reds Source for Sports as well. Want to thank all of our great sponsors who help make this happen. Mountain View Mavericks Lacrosse is back in 2025, back in a good way as well. Up 3-0 on the Rockyview Silvertips. We'll be back with the second period of action here on the Mavericks YouTube channel.
Mute on. Mute off.
We are back inside the Indusville Twin Arena where we're getting set for the second period of play here between the Mountain View Mavericks and the Rockyview Silvertips. It is the Mavericks who are up 3-0 after that opening period of play. Jace Victoria with a couple of goals. Riley Benko on the board as well. What do you like from the Mavs there, Dawson, in that opening period?
I loved Alex Swan. He stood tall the whole way through. And Jace Victoria, I loved him stepping up. He's got 3 points tonight, I believe, already. 2 goals and an assist. But just staying calm on the penalty kill, getting in and out, forcing those Silvertips to stay outside. And then on top of that, the power play going 50%. I can't complain, game 1 going 50%.
Power play has looked good. A couple of goals already, of course. And for the Mavericks, it's all about building on last year, building upon some of that success. They want to be in the position that the Silvertips were in last year. Of course, a provincial host. They were a great roster. They were built for last year, and I would argue this year maybe a little bit of a younger team here in transition, but no doubt that the Tips are building something that is going to be a threat here in years to come. But the Mavericks are that threat right now, and talk about some of the reinforcements coming as well, Dawson. You mentioned off the top of the broadcast that there are troops coming.
Yeah, Hayden Sutherland is a big one. He's going to bring that offensive threat. Ethan Hildebrandt, he's a lockdown defender coming back for transition. And Everett Moratori, we see him on multiple sides of the floor. Another one I can think of, Jay Stalinsky. He's actually still in high school, I believe, playing lacrosse down there in Virginia. He's a fast-paced young man. He'll get the job done, so I'm excited to see him back in the Mavs jersey.
There we are in here for the second period of play here between the Mavericks and the Silvertips. Good face-off is pulled back, and the Tips will have possession first. They come away with it into the offensive zone. Starting up here is Zach Levine. He'll dish off for Nate Shabak. Shabak dishes off. This is Schroeder now. Montgomery. Pardon me, that's Schroeder. Now down low they come. Newhook with a chance, and he didn't miss by much. I believe Swan got a piece of that one. Back out it comes. Tough pass for Montgomery. That's looked like a little bit of a reversal in decision, but
waited for the goalie to make the call, I guess.
Meanwhile, we'll play on here. Shabak's got control of it. It is an extended 4-on-3 power play here, thanks to that thanks to that 5-minute call on the elbowing. Now down low it comes. Rebound. Swan with a great save. Picked up here by the Mavericks, and they come away with it. Nice backtrack here by the Silvertips. That was a good retreat by Nolan Sharp. Frees the ball up. Now Sharp will go after it in the corner. Sharp, he's got it now for Rockyview. Starts it up. Nate Shabak now under some pressure, gets it over half. We're down now to a 5-on-4 as the coincidental minors come to an end. 5-on-4 for another 3:15 here in Indusville. Here are the Silvertips looking to get onto the board. Shot on, that one's denied. Montgomery stopped by Swan. Rebound comes right into the middle. Mavericks have to battle to get it over half, and an excellent job done there. Taking a little bit of a punishment was Easton Erdmann. Now the Tips,
the welts.
Here come the Tips once again. Fired on, they score. Isaac Nickel finds a hole through Alex Swan. It's a power play goal, and the Tips are on the board 1-0.
Yeah, one's bound to fall. He took a couple shots there that I didn't think anybody should save, and he made great saves. But the Silvertips in transition, I think it was a bad change by the Mavs. Erdmann was injured, but we had 2 guys up the floor. Silvertips get the rush, and I seen Brendan Harnack look up to the roof when he seen 4 Silvertips coming down at him.
Of course, that's scored on that 5-minute major for elbowing. Results in a continuous power play here. So another 2:48 to go here. Silvertips have a power play goal now, 1 for 4. Looking to improve on that. They've cut the lead to 2. 3-1 ball game here as we get going here with 17:57 to go in the second period. Tips have possession first, but they're forced back to their own end. Now it's picked up and carried up the floor. Opportunity to set the offense up. Thought there should have been a slash there. No call coming. Shabak's got it. Left-hand side. Back out it comes. Now it comes back to Nolan Sharp. Sharp bobbled it for a second. Now gets it down low. Gets the ball back there from Schroeder. Fires one on. Sharp denied by Swan. Race for it as Brendan Harnick goes after it. Harnick, the transmission man, almost has it. Now picks it up. Flies towards goal. Superman style. Denied by McDonough, I should say. Has got a little bit of a coming together now.
Yeah, some friendly words discussed between two teams that don't very much like each other, I bet. And that's a 4-minute from behind in my eyes. Is dangerous chance for Harnack in the air, but a little bit of a size matchup difference there. I might see a 2-minute call here.
Nate Shabik is off. It's going to be a 2-minute call in the rough. So we've got coincidentals once again, it looks like.
No, it's 4-minute hit from behind, 2 minutes
6
for a
minutes
rough.
on the board.
Yeah, you can't get 2 penalties, and now they add up together. You get 6 minutes. So 2 penalties, 4 minutes from behind, 2 minutes for the rough. That's 6 total minutes on power play. We got to waste 2 minutes, so we'll still be 4-on-4.
Well, here come the Mavericks. Definitely lots of man advantage time to work with now as they wind one up from Devin Gardner, who's denied. Rebound swept at by Victoria, and he is denied. Some pushing and shoving once again right in front of the Silvertips goal mouth. Right wing side, it's carried in here by the Tips. They'll get it back up top. Adams heads off for the change. Montgomery gets it down low. Faked. Benko now trying to force the ball loose in the offensive zone. It's picked up here by the Silvertips, though, and they've got a hustle to get over half.
Good to see Easton Erdman back on the floor. Must not have been too big of an injury.
Offense gets started here for the Silvertips. Still at 4-on-4 action here as the shot comes on. That's denied by Swan. Rather a routine save there. Swan has got to pick it up out of his pad.
I don't know if he knew he had it till he stood up. He checked behind him, that's for sure.
Here come the Mavericks in the offensive zone. Lodemeyer will switch off. Blair Bosworth with room. Gets it across for Victoria. Already with 2 goals tonight. Victoria, a little bit of room here. Dishes out. Devin Gardner now. Gardner gets harassed here, but does a good job of fighting through. Gardner now fires one on, and we've got a whistle coming up here. Power play coming up once again.
Yeah, a little excitement from the benches. They count 5-on-4. Somehow we are on the PK in a 4-on-4 scenario. That's going to add another 2 minutes to the 4-minute penalty again.
A whole lot of confusion happening now. Too many men.
Yeah. I wouldn't give it to Myers. He already has a couple tonight.
Referee's got the war pad out, making sure things are properly accounted for here. It looks like the Tips are going to be down 2 men here for the better part of 2 minutes. The Mavs are still down 1 for the next 22 seconds. So we'll have a 4-on-3 situation once again. It'll become a 5-on-3. But all you need to know is that the Mavericks have a power play once more. Make that their 6th separate opportunity on a power play so far. Whipping the ball around here. Victoria gets it back out. He's got it again. Victoria, he'll try his luck, and that one is blocked. Ball comes loose. A real battle for it right in front of the Mavs bench. Gardner's looking to dig that up. He finally will. Swims away from a couple of checks as well. Nice dish out. Firing one on, and that one is blocked. Bosworth was denied. He'll have to retreat from his own zone. Back up it comes. Whipping one on and denied by McDonough. Luke Cunliffe.
That's number 5.
That's okay. There we go. Luke fired a shot on there, but that one's denied, and now it comes back out. The Tips do have possession, but a sloppy entry here. Slow to get started with 15 seconds to go here on the shot clock. They do have some work to do here down on a 5-on-3 situation. And right now the Mavericks just want possession. The Silvertips run out of time. They'll have to cough it up, and now an opportunity for the Mavericks to formally get things going on this 5-on-3. They'll carry it over. Here comes Liam Steele. Goes to the corner. Cutdale here will fire on. That one did not miss by much. Steele in the board battle for it now. Cutdale out to help him with it, and we're going to have a call coming up there.
I believe that was a run through the crease, and Liam Steele gets the ball, but I didn't see no crease nearby, so I don't know how he made that call.
Here come the Silvertips now into the offensive zone. Turning off a check there, coughing up the ball, and now picking things up here are the Mavs. Good defensive pressure to force that turnover, and then there's another call coming up as well. Riley Benko into the offensive zone. This is Penchad. Back over to Benko. Penchad. That is Gardner, swings it across for Victoria. Now it's with Penchad, who fires on, and that's denied. Some words here back and forth between a Silvertips player and Remy Penchad.
Yeah, number 12 wants somebody to talk to him as he did a MMA move in the center of the floor here. Just grabbed the guy and threw him. They can't do that. I can't say I'm not excited for this game to get a little gritty, a little dirty in the corners. How about you?
Now that's Caius Adams, who certainly is. I think he was asking to get punched there. I'm not sure.
I think he wanted somebody to come say some nice things. I don't.
He's certainly engaging, that's for sure. Well, it'll be the Mavericks with another opportunity here with another separate power play situation. 5-on-3. They want to make the Silvertips pay here. Got to start collecting some goals now, Dawson.
Yeah, they're going to say Tips ball here, but I believe somebody blocked it. That one never made it to the net, but I guess I am a better ref up here than down there anyways.
There we go. Unsportsmanlike call coming up against the Mavericks.
Ryder Bowman's easily going to let the ref know what he thought about that call. I guess we had the same opinion, and he's getting 2 minutes for it.
They'll negate the 5-on-3 power play, though. Now it gets reduced to a 4-on-3. And at this rate, Dawson, I think we're going to have special teams for the rest of the night.
Yeah, it's a good look. You get to, I don't like the percentages of all of them, but you get to see a good look on both sides, PK and power play anyways.
Here we go. The Silvertips will have possession with Tyler Montgomery, who takes it to the right wing side. We'll set things up. Couple of slashes there from Harnick trying to free up the ball. He will do so successfully. Nice work there by the Mavericks D. Odemeyer gets a cross-ice feed to hit, and here's an opportunity now. Offensive zone. Brendan Harnick down low.
He elects to hold. That's a smart play there. He was not on a shooting side.
Wait for that offense to get out there. That's exactly what will happen here as Victoria's got it now out to Gardner. Wine fire. That's Steele into the corner. This is Victoria again. Sharp angle shot is denied. Fresh shot clock now. It comes out to Steele. Wines. He'll fire one on, and that's swallowed up by McDonough. Nice save there, and transition pass is a good one. Hits his man in Berg. Colby Berg in the offensive zone. Whips one well wide of the target. Now it's Liam Steele. Steele with the headman pass. He's out of the zone. Settle down here. Cross feed. Gardner. He's got it. Wind looking to shoot, but lost the handle there. They'll dish off. The skipper towards goal will end up deflecting up and out of play. Late whistle here, but the Mavericks will have possession.
There's a turnover called there. They said it's tipped. I didn't see no tip, but I'll take it this time.
11:45 to go here in the second period. They'll get things going in the offensive zone. The Mavericks on the perimeter. Left wing side, Liam Steele. Steele, top of the arc, will dish off for Gardner. Now back to Steele. Gardner again will fire, and that one did not miss by much.
No, it appeared to have some eyes, and they're going to say it went off the post.
I think it might have. Mavericks continue on here in the offensive zone. Power play about to conclude. We'll go from a 4-on-3 to now a 5-on-4. Silvertips with a brief power play here, but that's about to conclude as well. Not often you see a team go on outlet pass. trying to find a man, and Bosworth up the floor. Bosworth now in a battle for it, but that loose ball is corralled here by the Tips, and they're up. Isaac Nickel, he'll pick it up. He's got a goal in this one. Got the Silvertips on the board here in the second period. Left wing side. Setting up some offense here. Nolan Sharp winds, fires. Nice pad save there by Swan. Rebound comes out. It's collected up here by the Mavericks. Good race for it here. Andrew Murray, he's away. Fires one on and denied by McDonough. Andrew Murray fought for that opportunity. Remy Pajad looking to help him out and keep the ball down there. Silvertips have to throw one over the line. They force a turnover to the Mavericks. Riley Lodemeyer now. Riley Lodemeyer takes it into the right wing side. Will dish out top. This is Jordy Benko. Hands off. Dale now. Down low it comes. Left wing side. Victoria. Gooder Zimmer. He'll dish off. On the left-hand side, screen set up there by May. Comes back out for Gardner, who fires on, and another sharp save by McDonough, keeping his team in this one.
Yeah, he stepped big for this Silvertips defense. He's faced a few shots already.
Great pass out of the zone as well, as here comes Newhook. Nice dish out pass, fired on by Montgomery, and that's a great save by Alex Swan. Picked up here by the Mavericks. They force it over the line. Quickly swallowed up here by the Tips, though. Back they come into the offensive zone. Shabak's got it now. Shabak fights off the check of Jordy Benko. Shabak down low they go. Schroeder had a great chance there, but he's taken down, and it'll be a Mavericks ball.
Yeah, it's called Mavericks ball. He's in the crease. Number 20, he sees the ball, swats it out of Maverick stick. I believe that's unsportsmanlike.
It is.
Delay a game. Alrighty. Don't know how much game he delayed, but
Yeah,
I'll take it.
that's a little bit of a soft one, I'll say that much.
Second one there for Schreiber in the second period, but I forgot to mention Bowman with 5 minutes and 2 minutes. He's missed 7 minutes of this period already. So maybe he talked to the ref about that elbow and then said one too many things after.
Taking a breather this period, no doubt about that, as we'll get things going on another offensive power play here for the Mavericks. To my count, they've had 8 separate opportunities with power plays in this game. Here they come, setting up the offense towards the outside. Now a swing pass, trying to hit this man in the middle. And I believe that was Bosworth who just had a hard time bringing that one in, and it's going to come all the way back towards Swan. So in the offensive zone come the Silvertips. Picked up here by Newhook. He'll dish out. Now in possession of Sharp. Sharp still has it. Now Newhook. Newhook under pressure. Defended here as it's dished back out. Opportunity for Sharp to get going. Comes to the other side. This is James who gets pressured up. Nice turnover there by the Mavericks. I believe the D-man back there is Pinchard, as now we've got Pinchard tied up with his man down there. Montgomery and Pinchard, some words exchanged, some pushing and shoving, but that's it.
Oh, and then he gets one for clapping. He did the great thing. He stepped aside, stepped out, and then clapped. That's unfortunate.
Well, that's a tough one to argue too, I suppose, but
Yeah. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. That's not what you want to see by Pinchard. 2 minutes interference though for the Silvertips. I think the refs have had just enough.
score sheet's getting filled up there too. I think we're going to run out of room here for the first game of the year on the penalty column.
Yeah, well, I think we'll have to drop them down some paper or something. Either way, special teams for another 2 minutes again. 4-on-4.
Opportunity here coming up for the Silvertips to try to get back into this one.
Oh, 5-on-4. I guess the Tips already had a penalty.
Power play for the Silvertips. $8:10 to go here in this second period. It's a 2-goal lead for the Mavericks. Nickel will get things started. Down comes for Schroeder. Now it's in possession of Nolan Sharp. Right wing side. They've exchanged spots here. Schroeder's got it again. Schroeder now will back his way into the left-hand corner. He's still got it, does the Silvertips captain. Trying to fight through a couple of checks. Schroeder's bobbled it, and now he's lost it.
Yeah, great strip by Drake May. Took all force out of those two guys to get that from Schroeder.
The Mavs will pick things up. Into the offensive zone they come. Victoria. Steele. Left wing side. Here's Steele again. This is now Victoria. Back to Steele. Steele winds, fires, looking for the back door on Devin Gardner. Which way is it going?
A little discussion tip. Going Mavericks ball.
So here comes Mountain View. They'll pick things up. This is
even strength here in 3 seconds.
And here we go. Back to even strength we go. This is Victoria again. This is shot clock winds to 15. Victoria down right wing side. This is Gardner now. Gardner now out for Bosworth, who tries the luck with a low shot. That one's blocked. Battled for it now. Scooped up by Rockyview. Away they come. 2-on-1 developing, but quickly ran out of room there. Good retreat by the Mavericks. Offense comes over the boards. Setting things up, Nolan Sharp. Sharp slips away from a check into the left wing side. He's got Newhook with him. Newhook now into the middle. Fires on. Swan, great save. Rebound is loose, but quickly corralled by big Alex Swan. Number 1 for the Mavericks gets things going in transition. Left wing side, they're over the line, and now into the offensive zone. Gardner will step on. Logan, pardon me, Gooder Zimmer comes over the boards, I should say. Riley Benko dishes out. Now it's back with Devin Gardner. Gardner takes it from right to center. Now will dish off. Now on the left wing side. An opportunity there and a save made, I believe, by McDonough. Again, some words exchanged here. Seems like the Silvertips are a little bit, I don't want to say hot-headed, but they're certainly getting in the face of some Mavericks players here.
Yeah, that was Trey Myers talking to an old teammate again. That's going to happen a few times tonight.
Right wing side, opportunity for Isaac Nickel, who's got a goal and just denied there by Swan. Back the other way, here come the Mavs. Jordy Benko. Benko takes it in the offensive zone. Had a lane, now will slow things down. Offense coming out. This is Bosworth in a battle. Bosworth on the perimeter. Forced to the outside. Here's some good checking by Mondragon. Now we'll dish out. Jace Victoria, fake shot. Now takes a sharp angle one, and McDonough will deny. Outlet pass. They're over half. Here come the Silvertips in the offensive zone. Brunton's got it. Shabak now. Shabak will dish off. Left wing side, nice swim move here. Nolan Sharp looking to get towards the goal, and now we've got an infraction, stepped inside the crease, I believe.
Either that or free hand. I couldn't tell the difference between the ref's call there.
Transition pass is picked off here by Rockyview. They're back onto offense. Nice work there by Isaac Nickel to read that. Now it's Schroeder. Left wing side, he'll kick it into the corner. Silvertips await for more reinforcements to come over. I believe this is now Shabak. Pardon me, this is Isaac Nickel. Isaac Nickel. Centering pass. Opportunity. That time it was Shabak who's just denied by Alex Swan. Swan. Nice look. Possession here starting up now for the Silvertips. It's Nate Shabak who carries it out of the corner. Isaac Nickel. Left wing side. He's found a man. Silvertips setting up the perimeter here. This is Shabak down low for Isaac Nickel. That pass wasn't able to bring that down cleanly, but now Nickel does scoop it up. Centering pass, Newhook. I believe was denied point blank by Swan. What a save that was.
Few celebrations behind there, but I didn't see it cross the line. I don't know about you. The ref didn't either, so no goal.
I didn't see the signal for it. And looks like Swan made a fantastic save there as Newhook was all alone out front. Great save by Swan. Keeps this ball game 3-1. Out it comes. Whip pass right into the corner. That'll negate the possession here for the Silvertips. Picked up now by the Mavericks. They're away, left wing side, over half they come. And a timeout called right away as well.
Using first of 2 is Trey. I don't know what he wants to cook up here for 2 minutes and 47 seconds left in this period.
Odd timing for this timeout, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, well, what are some of the theories behind that, Dawson? Maybe some of the offensive guys a little gassed right now, or?
Yeah, something on the bench must be different, or I've never seen this, but either guys are gassed, or either he wants to slow down the pace, doesn't like his team, the way they're playing, maybe wants to change something. Just gotta stop what's happening. Anyways, seems to be getting the message out clear.
Yeah. That's an interesting timeout, there's no doubt. It looks like the Silvertips are very much in the let's get on with it kind of mood, and for the Mavericks, they certainly look like they are, going over some things right now.
Using the full minute anyways.
That's interesting. For Trey Christensen, he's had a lot of success in this league already in a very short amount of time. So you never want to question the head coach there. We'll see what kind of reaction we get out of the Mavericks after that timeout called with 2:47 to go here in the second period. The Mavs have slowed down a little bit, I would say, throughout the second period, Dawson. They certainly haven't had as many of those quality scoring chances we saw in the first.
Stagnant is a word I would use, I think.
See if this timeout gives them a little bit of a boost. Victoria kicks things off here as he kicks it into the outside. Now is Devin Gardner on the right wing side. Back over for Victoria, who'll try his luck, and that one didn't miss by much. Battle for it is just over the boards was Remy Pinchot. He couldn't keep it in place. Now a transition, and away here come the Silvertips. Into the offensive zone. That pass is broken up, but quickly gobbled again by Rockyview, and they'll have it. More offensive troops come over the boards, and they'll set things up here offensively, will the Silvertips. Down low, taking a check there. A strong one. And now moving his way into the zone there was Newhook, but takes a step in the crease, no doubt, and that draws a whistle. Picked up here by Brendan Harnick. 2 minutes to go here in the second. And now it'll be with Blair Bosworth, who will dish off for Benko. Now back to Riley Benko. Riley gets it out over to Bosworth. Bosworth fires a heavy shot on. That one's off the plexi and all the way back. Swan stops up, dumps off. 1:41 to go here in the second. Should be noted that the Silvertips do have a considerable edge on the shot clock, 27-17. Right now, it's the Mavs leading where it counts, 3-1.
Quality over quantity, as I'd say.
And there you have it. Offensive zone possession continues on here for the Silvertips. Opportunity to wind one on. That sharp boost denied by Swan. Tries to track down his own rebound, but none available there for Swan. From Swan, I should say. Here come the Mavs again into the offensive zone. This is Jace Vick. Down there is Jordy Benko who will dish out. Now it's Bosworth again to get started. 30 seconds to go here in the period. 15 on the shot clock. Riley Benko fires. That one's wide. Picked up here by the Silvertips. Under some problem, though. They've got to get it over half, and they will do so. Outlet pass is a good one for Mondragon. Mondragon centering pass. Schroeder, who's denied by Swan. What a save that was. Schroeder absolutely robbed by Swan.
Yeah, Swan stood on his head this second period, as you did mention the shot difference there. He's faced a couple that were a little tricky, and he managed to catch a hold of them. And on the other side, McDonough's done an excellent job. I haven't liked the selection of the Mavericks shots at the whole period, but I did enjoy Jace Victoria's opportunity there before we come to this timeout.
That was a good look, and I think both goaltenders might have just made their best save of the night so far. McDonough followed up by Alex Swan on that point-blank opportunity from Newhook, who was all alone out front, and Newhook's had a couple of good chances already tonight.
We might have the lowest scoring lacrosse game this year, and it's the first one.
I was just thinking the same thing. It feels very much like a hockey game right now with a 3-1 score line. Power power play wise, we've had plenty to talk about, though. Both sides have had lots of opportunity with, not a lot of guys out there.
Yeah, no need to practice that come Tuesday or Monday. You got plenty of time this Friday evening.
Looks like the Silvertips are ready to get things going here. They'll have about 11 seconds to work with. Empty net situation as well. Extra attacker is out there, so it is a... What does it add up to now? 6-on-5.
This is going to be a critical stop. You don't want to let the Tips back into this game in the last possession, headed into your room to think about it.
Battle for it here. Isaac Nickel in the corner. Got to be quick here. Nickel centering pass picked up by Brendan Harnick. Got a piece of that one. And that's enough to slow things down, and that'll draw the second period to an end as well.
Yeah, Kai Klaas got banged up there a little bit, and wasn't the way they drew it up anyways, but as a Mavs fan, we'll take that.
A little bit of a pleasantries exchanged here at the end of 2 periods of play, but great action so far, and it is the Mountain View Mavericks hanging on to a 3-1 lead. Shots 29-18 in favor of the Silvertips, who had some pushback there in the second period, and we'll see what the third period of action brings, of course, as we'll have it for you here on the Mavericks YouTube channel. Back in about 10 minutes time for the third period of play.
Mute on. Mute off.
And joined in the intermission here, of course, Baron Van Klooster alongside Mark Payne, of course, communications man with the Mountain View Mavericks. Mark, we're back here, 2025. New season awaits. What's new with the Mavs this year?
Well, there's a lot going on, and thanks for having me, first of all. Great to be back here at the bullpen, obviously. I finished the season at the Founders last year, and they asked me to come onto the broadcast, and I hadn't really been up in the booth with you guys all season, and was on there in Hamilton, and it was a great experience. But we're focused on what's going on here tonight. Of course, the home opener for the Mountain View Mavericks was all the way through Olds today, and everybody in the area is super excited about the season. I know I am too. We've got the new sign Chris Benko has made for us down in the corner. It lights up and it's got the smoke coming out of the nostrils. We've got a mascot now. Things have really moved along. I'd like to credit most of the credit goes to our president. I always call him our fearless leader, Brad Bouchard. And a great roster again. A lot of returning players, obviously. Goaltender Alex Swan looking sharp in there tonight against the Silvertips. A lot of returning players, of course, the captain, Riley Lodemeyer. He has a really cool bull's head that they got made up for the team last year that we've got in the locker room as well. For me, it was just exciting, just like seeing you guys. Just excited to see everybody, excited to get the season going. Obviously, 2 games in 3 days to start the weekend off with the chill here at 3 o'clock on Sunday. And we're just looking forward to having a great year and just getting those good vibes that we had all season last year.
For families who want to come on down and be a part of things, very affordable, very high intensity, high-paced action. How much does it cost to get in here?
You know what? I'm not really that familiar with the ticket prices, but it's $5. And if you come down, we've got some great apparel. We've got a lot of new apparel this year. We've done a really good job with the branding. We've got new uniforms this year that we'll be releasing. I've seen both of them are kind of keeping them a secret back there. Of course, a lot of returning players still haven't come back yet from NCAA. One of them is in the building tonight, and that's Grayson Admonson. Hayden Sutherland will be back on Monday. Of course, his dad Blake is a big part of helping us out with everything as well. So that's going to be exciting too as we get ready here for a third period.
Absolutely. We're getting set for 2:30 to go. We'll bring you all the action, of course, on the Mountain View Mavericks YouTube channel. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Mute on.
Well, I didn't win the 50-50, so no. Ugh. I wouldn't change anything in the booth because it works for now. It worked last year, and I'm already afraid of hyping up. We don't need to. I know it holds this up. Yeah, I know it holds this up. That's the only reason why I come back up.
Mute off.
Well, we're back inside the Innisfil Twin Arena. It's Baron Van Klooster alongside Dawson Naylor as we get set for the third period of action here. We've had Mark Payne along with us to kind of give us the rundown of all things Mountain View Mavericks lacrosse, of course. So you can get all sorts of good swag here. $5 to get in. $5 ticket price. It's one of the best deals around, if you ask me, Dawson. And so many local guys out there as well. You were one of those guys, of course. It's just a great product and a good thing to support.
Absolutely. It's a community thing, and the bigger we get the crowd, the better it is. And for the first game tonight, I'm actually quite impressed with how many visitors or viewers, spectators we have in the building tonight.
I would say a good couple hundred folks, plenty of kids running around here, which is great to see. Great enthusiasm here for the sport, which is, I would say, grown exponentially over the last 10 years or so. I remember when I was a kid, it's still a fairly big sport, lacrosse, but nothing like it is today. It's certainly grown leaps and bounds over the last decade and will continue to do so. especially with franchises and markets like the Mountain View Mavericks popping up and becoming the powerhouses they are.
Yeah, not to mention, I think we're one of few, but I know Saskatchewan has a bar as well in their arena or something, a liquor station for the 18 plus. So if you want to come and have a drink and visit and watch, it's a good time.
Absolutely is here in Innisfil. Twin Arena has become a home here for the Mountain View Mavericks over the last couple of years as well. Mavs have been practicing in Didsbury as early as, I think, March 1st, I think they got out there.
Yeah, no ice in that arena since February, so, or January maybe, so yeah, got to use that floor and get good use out of no ice in there anyways, unless you're a Colts fan.
Yeah, that was a tough one, of course, for those Mountain View Colts.
Hopefully you got some travel paid there.
There we go, it's the third period of action. And looks like Blair Bosworth is going to be taking this drop.
They told me early on he's pretty good at these, so hopefully we get to see him win a couple.
It was Liam Steele who took the opening two. Bosworth gets a shot. He's in a real grind here, and loose ball still. Mavericks have possession.
Yeah, great climb by Silvertips. Better counter by
Bosworth.
Yeah, there we go. Great counter by him anyways.
He'll learn, I think, right?
Yeah, we'll learn.
Remy Pinchot, nice dish out. He'll get off. Offense gets out there. Left-hand side, working his way out. This is Bowman. Now it comes out. Riley Benko into battle. Picked up here by Victoria. Now scoots out for Gardner, who fires on. Swallowed up by McDonough. No real action coming out of that. Ooh, collision right at center here. Silvertips players down, back the other way. Drake May, who's denied. Rebound out for Benko, who's stopped point blank by McDonough.
Two great saves there by McDonough. Excellent effort. Big collision in the center here. And now it's Drake May going all the way to the net.
May first. Followed up shortly after, but now a whistle in the Mavericks end here, and it's going to be Silvertips possession.
Yeah, loose ball push. Nobody can find that ball. Just grabbed a guy at the wrong time.
Logan Newhook starts the offense up. Schroeder out there as well. Now it's Shabak into the corner. Nice pass from Nickel into the center area. That one comes away, and now the Silvertips pick it back up. This will be Sharp who's pushed up against the wall. Sharp still has it though. A nice pass out for Montgomery. Montgomery winds, fires, and Swan has to find that, and he will. Still a 3-1 ball game. Early stages of the third period. Nice stutter step there by Kai Klaas. Buys himself some room. Gives it to Gooder Zimmer. Passes out. Now to the right wing side. This is once again Klaas. Out to Gardner now. Gooder Zimmer. Turns again. Now wipes a low shot on. That one deflects a couple of times, so now it'll eventually be a Silvertips ball. Shots 30-21 in favor of the Silvertips, but still trail 2 goals. Here they come, left wing side. Nice couple of slipaways. Lodemeyer trying to slow him down. Now Schroeder. Left corner now, Fuster. Nice pass comes out. That one just slips away though, and now the Mavericks will have an opportunity to pick it up. And they start up the floor with it. Andrew Murray had a partial breakaway earlier in this contest. Whip pass comes down low for Jordy Benko, just couldn't bring that one down. Benko now out top. This is Victoria. Now Benko whips, fires, and that's a nice save by McDonough.
Catches some iron, some help McDonough does.
And Caden McDonough, rather, is one of the better goaltenders in the RMLL, and starting to prove it here tonight. Here come the Mavericks once more. Baumann, no shooting lane. Gardner doesn't have one either. Now it's back with Baumann. Left wing side, Riley Benko. Pardon me, this is Jordy Benko. Now back out for Baumann. Offense continues here on the left wing side, right wing side rather, as Gardner will whip one on. That one's over the target. Now the Mavericks have to battle, but running out of time there is Drake May, and the Silvertips will have the ball. Here come the Silvertips. Nate Chabak's got it. He's got 4 goals, but none in this contest. 4 over his previous 2 last weekend. Now on the left wing side, a little bit of offense set up here by Logan Newhook. Now it comes out to the top of the arc. Whipping one on with Shavik. Nice save by Swan. Gobbled up here. Away come the Mavericks. Nice pass out. This is Riley Benko who takes a bump. Fighting through it though. It keeps going. Left wing side. Mavericks on possession now. Gooder Zimmer with a hard pass over the left wing side here for Liam Steele, who continues on. Approaching 5 seconds on the shot clock. Whipping one on is Baumung. Loose ball. Trying to get another desperation shot. One, and that'll do it.
Oh, I thought for sure he'd get a penalty there. That was late by a couple seconds.
Mavericks avoid one there. Here come the Silvertips into the offensive zone. Schroeder down low. Whipped one on. Nice save by Swan. Call coming up though. What do we have here, Dawson?
Looked to be a hit from behind. Could be a late cross check, but that's Jordy Benko. And once again, we have a Silvertips power play.
Tips have had 5 previous opportunities. They have had 1 goal so far to show for it, but certainly with a big opportunity now. Down 3-1, 15:48 to go in the third.
The ref confirms the call. 2-minute minor from behind.
Those are dangerous hits, no doubt.
Yeah, you feel those ones the next day, that's for sure. Oh, 4 minutes.
Yeah, it is a 4, I guess. He called 2, though. Very clearly called 2. Did he not?
Might be a 2 and a 2. I have no idea. I did see the 2, though, come up.
There we go, though. It'll be 4 minutes on the board, and the Mavs have work to do here. They're up a pair, but a power play for the Silvertips. Montgomery. His pass is deflected there. Quickly gobbled up by Sharp. Takes a hit, but makes the play. Now it's Montgomery. Steps in. Whips one on. Nice save by Sharp. Or, pardon me, that's Swan, of course. Swan with an outlet pass as well. Hits his man over the line is Class. Kai Class gets himself low, gets himself in a position to defend, and now into the offensive zone. This is going to be Victoria. Jace Victoria swims away from a check, immediately has another Silvertip come towards him. 2 goals in this one. He's going to draw some attention. He's drawn enough attention to just whip one in the corner. That shot clock goes by the wayside, and he's just ragging time off the board.
Yeah, of course you want a shot there, but I think Victoria played that one quite perfect.
Silvertips set up the power play once again. The first minute is off the board of this 4 minute. Schroeder, Montgomery, back to Schroeder. Down low, I believe that is Nickel. Centering pass, nice save, Swan. Had to look for it there, but he did stop it. Remy Pinchot, he's got to carry it out of the zone. Takes a bump, gets it over the line. Pinchot, such a versatile, tough player. Does a great job there.
Jack of all trades. He's fast, he can shoot, he can play defense.
A little bit of a problem here for Bosomworth, who's pushed over the line. And he's forced to turn the ball over. 3-on-1 developing opportunity, but Montgomery couldn't find that ball. Silvertips leave a chance by the wayside. Might be kicking themselves for that one. Here come the Mavericks in the offensive zone. Riley Benko scores. Whips a clean low shot on and finds the back of the net. It's a 4-1 lead. Short-handed tally at that.
Yeah, you can count that one. That's a good one. I believe that's Kai Klaas with the assist. And that's just off an errant Silvertips breakaway. It turns around. I think Benko might have caught his defender in a little bit of a slippery situation. Comes across, rips that one 5-hole. I think McDonough is going to want to have that one back. But we only have 2 goal scorers, but we have 4 goals. So good production out of those 2 young guys.
Yeah, his brother had a big celebration in the box as well. Jordy celebrating for Riley. And Riley's got 2 goals tonight. His latest making it a 4-1 lead. Silvertips do win the face-off, though. They get an immediate possession, but quickly fought off by the Mavericks. Mavericks have been overwhelming so far tonight for the Silvertips, who are the younger roster and are certainly looking at tonight. This is a veteran team in the Mavericks, and it's been a veteran performance so far, but they've got a long way to go to close this one out. Montgomery now down to the corner. It's sharp out for Newhook, who whips one wide of the target. Ricochet picked up by Harnick. Nice pass intended for Drake May, and missed him by just inches. Dug up here, Drake May still in a battle for it. 13 minutes to go here in the third. 3-goal lead now for the Mavericks. Over the line, here come the Silvertips here when Mondragon goes off for a change. Newhook dishes. Montgomery back to Shavik. Now in the corner, Nickel, Montgomery, Shavik. Shavik winds, fires. That's denied by Swan. And Swan kicks the rebound off to a Mavericks player. Transition pass just intercepted there, or away to the races was Kai Klass. Delayed call coming up in the offensive zone. The Silvertips whip one on. Montgomery's denied. Shavik on the rebound. Isaac Nickel gives to Shavik. Now back to Nickel. That pass picked off, though. Mavericks will touch up. A little bit of a high hit there taken by the Mavericks player. That'll draw a call nonetheless. We'll have a call and a power play for the Silvertips. An extended power play. Sorry, Dawson.
2 minutes for a slash. That's going to be a 5-on-3 here. That's not one you want to take coming into the final seconds of the 5-on-4. I know coach probably won't be too happy about it right in front of the officials, but nonetheless, second 5-on-3 for the Mavericks, and they got to kill this one.
A little bit ill-advised, there's no doubt about that. 24 seconds of 5-on-3. We'll see if the Tips can take advantage. And then another extended power play coming up. A little bit of action there as Montgomery will take the shot after some quick passing. Silvertips set up again now. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Whipping one in. Nate Shavik low on goal. Looks like he's drawn a call.
Yeah, that's an excellent save from Swan, as it looks like he's got a goalie glove. He catches it in his hand as it's coming behind him, and that's a hit from behind on Harnack as he re-enters the house and catches Shavik in the backside.
You could probably see on the camera there's some fans behind the goal who are clearly calling for a goal.
Yeah.
But the official was in a good position to have made that call, so didn't see it.
6 seconds and you remove from the clock. 6 seconds.
A little interesting situation. We got 3 Mavericks in the bench, or in the penalty box, so I don't believe any of them can release. Jordy Banco.
He's just called for a penalty shot.
Penalty shot.
So, I'm sorry. He's taken too many penalties that there's a penalty shot now? Is that how I'm understanding this?
Yeah, because you can't let Banco out in 6 seconds, so he exits the box and a penalty shot's awarded. You still have the penalties, though. I believe we've seen this twice last year.
Yeah, we have seen this, yes.
You have. I was away at a different job, unfortunately.
No, I remember that I remember being very confused by it. So it's just an instance of just not being able to get all the minors on the board necessarily?
That, and you can't have anybody exit, so
okay.
Banco would be sitting in the box for extra time.
Here comes the penalty shot. Isaac Nickel on Swan. Scores. Isaac Nickel makes this a 2-goal game. It's 4-2.
That's not what we wanted to see here. I know I'm not happy about it. I can't imagine Treya's penalties in this third period. You got a 3-goal lead. All you got to do is play a good 13 miles, and unfortunately it's just been penalty after penalty. We're now down to
I would have a hard time giving the ball right to the team who just scored the goal.
Yeah.
So I can understand why we're doing a face-off here, but still.
This is a good one if Steele can win it.
And he does. Mavericks have possession. Jordy Benko takes a heavy hit. And another. And another. And still moves the ball forward. Boy, he's taking all sorts of extra shots there. But that's a good job of moving the ball forward, at least briefly. Power play getting set up now on a 5-on-3. A minute and 20 seconds to work with here for the Silvertips, who are looking to even this game down 2. And it's Nickel who just scored on the penalty shot. Nickel again whips on and scores. Isaac Nickel's got a hat trick.
Quite a change in score here in the last 30 seconds. as the Tips come within one, and that's a power play goal for Nickel. Like you said, a hat trick. He's the hot stick here, and I forgot to check the stats, but we might have a new...
Yeah, I think we do. No, we don't. Shavik's got 4.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope he doesn't catch him anyways.
Shavik was a lights-out player last year. He's going to be hard to catch this year, I'm afraid, but he's been held off the score sheet so far tonight. And we'll see what we get for a finish in this one. How about a 4-3 game, Dawson? We've had it all happen so far. Looked like the Mavs were very much in control at 4-1. 30 seconds later, this is a new ball game.
No kidding. Just a change in wave.
And here they come in the offensive zone again. Another 3 minutes of power play to work with. Silvertips had power plays galore. Here's Nickel. Hot stick just denied by Swan. Rebound still loose though. Picked up by Nickel.
I think he's taking a liking to that far left side there on Swan as he's aiming again there.
And he's constantly going to the same spot as well. Down low, looks to put it through the wickets. Now a long shot comes through, and that one ricochets, but Nickel keeps it in. 15 on the shot clock. Nice sharp angle save there. Schroeder with an opportunity. Great save by Swan. Mavericks trying to get it out. A little bit of a pressure there on... Got to be careful of the retaliation. Kai Klaas doesn't give one back.
That's a loose ball push, and if the Tips would have noticed that was a loose ball, they had 2 guys there. That could have been dangerous for the Mavericks.
Meanwhile, it's Jace Victoria who takes over. Mavericks possession, offensive zone. Tevin Gardner slips to the right side. He loses the handle on that one. Forced up here. It looks like Victoria's helping it out. Nice work. How about Gardner here? Battling through a couple of checks. Tevin Gardner does a great job. Still had possession, but lost the call.
I don't know how
he got that call. He got that call.
He got the penalty, but he had the ball.
2 penalties for slashing.
Oh, yeah, now it's, 4 minutes. 4 minutes for Slash, 2 and 2. Once you get 2 penalties, play gets called down in case you're trying to injure somebody. Player safety, unfortunately I'd like to see some more clock regged out, but player safety is in effect.
Well, we're to even strength now at 4-on-4 though. In the offensive zone, this is the Mavericks. Gardner, I believe, dishes off. Bosworth now into the corner. Baumann dishes out. Gardner now in the corner. This is Victoria. Victoria goes towards goal, slides, and put an effort there, but he's denied, I believe, by McDonough. Might have took a step in the crease.
Yeah, even if it went in, I believe that ref was calling crease, but still an excellent save by McDonough.
Left wing side, up the floor. Here come the Silvertips in the offensive zone. They're down 1, looking for the equalizer. New hook for Nickel. Nickel now right side. This is Nate Shavik. He's been quiet tonight. Here's Shavik, top of the arc. Whips one on, denied by Swan. Picked up in the corner. This is, I believe that's Drew Barkley who gets a touch.
No, I believe that's Jet. Sorry, I'd have to look at my sheet.
Now down low. Here's Nickel, who's denied by Swan. Great save off Nickel, who's already got a hat trick. Silvertips still have possession though. Left wing side. Picked up here by Newhook. Logan Newhook. Nice shot. Good save by Swan. Into the corner it comes for Sharp. Nolan Sharp slips away. Whips one on. Nice save by Swan again. Picked up again in the corner by Newhook. And it's a possession for the Silvertips again. And a quick shot on by Newhook. That one's off the post. Everyone's looking for the ball, I think, but it ends up all the way back with Caden McDonough. Mavs are absolutely gassed right now. Looking to get some defensive changes out there. In the offensive zone, this is Logan Newhook. His shot's denied. Down low, it's Montgomery who's stopped by Swan. I think Newhook might have worn his own player's shot there. Certainly a little limping as he gets off.
Yeah, that caught a body in front, but I didn't happen to see it, but it appears to be the guy limping off the floor.
In the corner, offensive zone, Mavericks are looking to dig it away. They can't quite find it cleanly, and unable to sweep that away as well was Gooder Zimmer. Tevin Gooder Zimmer, rookie player for the Mavs. We're coming down the wire now. 7:55 to go here at the Innisfil Twin Arena. over on the blue surface if you're curious. Left-hand side, that is Mason Schroeder. Whips a pass over for Nate Shabik. While the first period was mostly the Mavericks in the offensive zone, I would say the third and part of the second, it's been all Silvertips.
Might be because of penalties, but I'm not one to judge. It has been a Silvertips offensive judgment here in the last half or middle half of this third period for sure.
Mavs looking to change that here. Pinchot dishes off. Bosworth again, a sloppy pass from the Mavericks. It's going to put the ball over half. Race for it here. And coming down, opportunity on the breakaway. What a save by Alex Swan. A toe save. That was Driblet Legault on a breakaway. What a save that was.
Yeah, I think some guys were having their heads down with that errant pass, and number 12 on Silvertips seen it and went to the race.
Mavs back into the offensive zone. They want to work the clock, it seems like here, but a little more urgency is required in that pass. Another errant one, this time from Baumung, finds its way up into the crowd, and it's another possession that just is thwarted there.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it, but this is a Mavs power play here.
Certainly has not looked it so far. Into the offensive zone. This is Sharp on the PK. Shabik now steps over. How about the offense coming on in a penalty killing situation?
Absolutely, they've been great for the Silvertips here.
Centering pass though from Shabik is picked off, and now away come the Mavericks into the offensive zone. Kai Glass.
Could be the announcer's curse right there.
Yeah, maybe, who knows. Gooder Zimmer, he's got room, whips one down low. Nice save. Bosworth had an angle. Now it's picked up. Mavericks stay alive. Benko firing one on, and that one's denied again by McDonough. McDonough looking to transition quickly. That's a sloppy pass on the part of the Silvertips. Now it's picked up by the Mavericks. This is Riley Benko. He's got a couple of goals. Dishes off for his brother Jordy. Now it's Victoria, who's also got a few.
Yeah, we could see more than one hat trick here tonight.
And there is a potential for a couple, of course. We've already seen one with Isaac Nickel in Rockyview colors. Here come the Mavericks. Nice pass. Well, almost a nice pass there for Jordy Benko. Didn't miss by much. Transition pass. Somewhat broken up. Now it's picked up. Here's a shot on goal and a great save by Alex Swan. Dragon with a great chance. Now a transition play up the floor, and that one just missed Riley Benko. Couldn't reel that one in. Now over the line offensively come the Silvertips. Broken up here by Brendan Harnett. Now he's away to the races. Could have a breakaway, but that one's slowed down and gobbled up by McDonough. Good action here in Innisfil. Swept aside by Liam Steele, looking to punch that one back down low. Under 5 minutes to go now. 1 goal game. Pushing and shoving here at center as Liam Steele gets involved with his man. Mason Schroeder looking to make sure things calm down here. The Silvertips can't afford to go short-handed.
Excellent play there by Steele as he forces that 8-second clock to come into play, slowing down that Tips transition, and then an errant pass by himself.
Tips, meanwhile, will kick things forward out of their zone and now eventually will get into the O zone. 4.5 to play. Nice work here from Gooder Zimmer to try to force him to the outside. Onto the offense. Here comes Sharp. Nolan Sharp waits for reinforcements and sees Newhook joining the play. In comes Montgomery as well. Down low, nifty pass. That's a great save off Newhook. Swan with another good stop. Out it comes. It's Nickel. Left wing side. He'll whip it across. Opportunity for Sharp. He finds his man in Montgomery. Back to Sharp. He'll fire one on, and routine save for Swan. Can't find the rebound though. The Mavericks have to keep defending. Great interception by Riley Lodemeyer.
Loose ball push there by the Tips. I didn't know what was happening there, but little scuffle beside Swan.
Mavs back in the offensive zone. Gardner himself in a good spot.
Absolutely, what a great effort there. He's tried that move a few times, finally got a defender to bite on it and gets past. Clear lane, but didn't get it off in time.
Silvertips back in the offensive zone. They're pressing, they're down 1. 3 minutes to go. Mason Schroeder, the captain, lugs off for Shabik. Left wing side. Regrouped here. They're looking for it. This is Fuster who's going to get onto it. Now it's out for Isaac Nickel. Nickel puts one into the area, looking for a redirect. None coming. Now Shabak has it, but they've run out of time. Shot clock expires. Here come the Mavs. Riley Benko, right wing side, puts the brakes on. He's seen a man in Gardner. Again, some sloppy passing offensively, but they made it work. Here's Riley Benko, who's denied. Fresh shot clock. That one was on goal. McDonough with another save. Now up to 22 tonight. Mavs whip the ball around in the offensive zone. This is Bosworth. Over for Benko. Benko now Gardner. He'll try his luck. That's denied by McDonough. Up the floor. Nice headman pass. Here come Rockyview. Up the floor. It's Streeton Myris. As the transition heads off, offense very much comes on. Logan Newhook. Isaac Nickel. He'll dish off in the corner. This is Montgomery. Montgomery has a lane. Now he's found it. And Swan with another big-time save. Couple of massive saves here late from Alex Swan. As we are down to it, 1 minute and 38 seconds to go.
Oh,
and that is
over
a
and back
sloppy pass. A sloppy pass, and like Dawson says, over and back. And Dawson, that's now 2 or 3 times that we've seen some sloppy passing on that side of the floor.
You see McDonough, he's at the top of the crease. He's waiting the call from coach as we get to the final mile here.
Fresh shot clock here, fresh possession. McDonough still in his blue paint, or in the crease area, I should say. Ball comes loose, but quickly gobbled up here by Rockyview. 1 minute 18 to go. 15 on the shot clock as we get a whistle and a Mavs possession.
Didn't see what the call was, but I can imagine it was a loose ball push as 2 guys tangled up there.
Riley Lodemeyer in a battle to get over, and he'll do exactly that. Now he's down the right-hand side, looking to rag the ball here. Down to the last minute of play here. We're in for a big finish in Innisfil. Mavericks hanging on to a 4-3 lead. Rockyview gets themselves set up. This is Sharp for Nickel. Now into the corner, Tyler Montgomery. Montgomery is intercepted. Back the other way comes Mountain View Mavericks. Here comes May. Nice dish out opportunity for Erdmann, who's denied.
Yeah, great pickoff by Drake May as he waits for reinforcements in Erdmann, and Erdmann gets a chance but doesn't nail the coffin down for the Mavericks.
More opportunities coming for the Silvertips. Shabak dishes off. Tips have 14 on the shot clock, 18 on the time clock, so plenty of room. But the Mavericks making it tough, pressing to the outside. This is Nickel. Nickel fires, is denied by Swan. Rebound is loose. A scramble and another stop by Swan. Alex Swan, 2 massive saves, and the Mavericks are going to hold on.
Mavericks like to call a timeout. That way there's no errors in your own zone. Get the cross half after the timeout. What a great play by Trey there. And I should say, what a great play by Swan getting back for 2 saves. I believe he had Riley Benko behind him to get body checked as he gets back into that crease.
Swan made just 2 terrific saves in that last sequence, and he made at least 3 or 4 in the last 3 minutes. Swan, outstanding stuff tonight. He's made 47 saves so far. Showing why he was a first-round choice in 2024. One of the best decisions this franchise has ever made, if you ask me.
Absolutely. He's, I'd say, one of the best defenders between him, Harnack, and I want to say Riley Lodemeyer. That's a key 3 right there. That's leading the back end as football has defensive captains. Those would be my 3 in lacrosse.
And Harnack has been outstanding tonight as well. I think Lodemeyer's had a solid game. And you're right, those key pieces on the backside, that's what's winning you this contest so far. And we're down the last 3 seconds as this is going to be the very same Brendan Harnack tasked to wind things down. Goes to the empty cage. Good shot, won't count, but it's a 4-3 final as the Mountain View Mavericks win their home opener, win their season opener as well. And they start things perfectly with a record of 1-0. The Silvertips will drop to 2-1. These two teams will no doubt see each other plenty of times once again throughout the summer of 2025. Dawson, a fantastic opening game here tonight. What are some of your main takeaways?
Alex Swan leading the charge. He's got 47 saves, no doubt. He starts where he ended off last year in those big key saves. He's a defender, like I said, or a defensive captain. And on top of that, I think one of the keys was, I want to say staying calm, cool, and collected, but we did have too many penalties there, but no loose heads anyways, no bad ones in my case.
You mentioned it there, of course, just the amount of special teams that we saw tonight, both shorthanded situations, we saw a couple of majors on the board, a penalty shot situation as well. What do the Mavericks have to do to kind of clean that up and be more disciplined?
Yeah, I think it's going to come right in the locker room here as we get all said and done. I think we get to see him here on May 25th back here in our home arena, and I know I'll have to catch a game on the road and see if it's the same battle in their barn.
Meanwhile, the opening weekend will continue for the Mountain View Mavericks. 2 games this weekend, both of them right here in this barn. They will take on the Calgary Chill at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. We encourage any and all lacrosse fans across Mountain View County to come on down to Innisfil on Sunday. $5 tickets. Like Dawson mentioned, there's a bar here at the Innisfil Twin Arena. It's a great atmosphere. It's a great crowd tonight, and we'd love to have you here as well to catch some high-flying Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League junior action. It's always a lot of fun. Well, it's a 4-3 final tonight. Dawson, any last takeaways?
No, just a low-scoring game. Of course, you want to see high offensive pace, but no problem winning a game 4-3.
And we want to quickly thank some of our great sponsors as well. Platinum Fitness, Red Source for Sports, Ingham McKee Insurance, Ron sponsors including Harry Flaws Real Estate, C&B Electric, and of course others.
Triple Point Chemical Incorporation, TNT Customs, Hydro Testers, Thomas Group Incorporation, Marler, and TX2 Recycling. And before we end it off, we better do our 3 stars like last year.
Yes, we should.
Would you like them or should I? I got Swan at number 1 as he makes 47 saves. I got the new young guy, Jace Victoria, my 2nd star as he gets 3 points. And then Riley Banco ending that off as well. He got 2 goals and led the game winner and kept the boys in the game.
Riley Benko, 3rd star honors.
Yep.
That is absolutely a fitting 3 stars if you ask me. Alex Swan, outstanding. Sealed the game at the end of it, of course, with a couple of 10-bell saves, like you mentioned there. Victoria, a couple of goals on his debut, and Benko as well. Solid as always. That's what you expect from those Benko brothers. Tough, hard-nosed lacrosse action. It is a 4-3 final here in Innisfil. We'll be back on Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock tip-off. Don't miss it here on the Mountain View Mavericks YouTube channel. My name is Aaron Van Klooster for Dawson Naylor. We'll see you on Sunday.
Sunday.
Mute on.